My name is David Raynr, and we're here to talk about Univera. A little bit about me. I come out of the entertainment industry. I spent 20 years as an actor. Then I began a 20-year journey as a writer and director. And I love what I did. But at the end of my acting and directing and writing career, I really looked at what I wanted to be doing. And I always said to myself, I spent, you know, I would say 90% of my time doing what I didn't like to get to that special 10% of my life where I was doing what I loved. And so, for me, this company came into my life and it was through the health door. So tonight we're going to talk about the health door, that some people in this world are really looking for a solution to energy and vitality and optimum health. And other people are coming in through the stress door. Like I came in through the stress door, which is a piece of health, right? And other people are looking for another stream of income, ways to create money and leverage your time. No one has more time. And if you haven't noticed, we're all really busy out here in life. And so the one thing we all have is the exact same amount of time, but how we leverage that time creates a different experience for different people. Have you ever seen those people that seem to be just rolling through life, plenty of money, plenty of time? Would you like to be one of them? And the question is, you have to find some vehicles that will allow you to really create that lifestyle. So that's what you're going to hear about tonight. And what I love about Univera is it means one truth. And what does one truth mean? The truth is that your body is a miracle. It can actually heal itself. And when your body starts healing itself and having the amount of energy that is vital to you, when you get the maximum amount of energy, guess what you start doing? You start dreaming about the kind of life you would like to live, no matter what age you are. Univera is for baby boomers, it's for elderly, it's for young people, it's for high-level athletes, it's for everybody, because Univera can impact every one of those lives, as you will hear in this presentation. So how did Univera start, and why don't you know about it is a question. If I were you, I might be asking. So Univera started in South Korea in the early 70s, around 1973, 1974. So a gentleman named Yun Ho Lee was the first South Korean billionaire. He made his money in construction and in insurance. So he was an amazing success in business. But what happened is he got a diagnosis that he only had about 6 months to a year to live way back then. And he started looking for solutions, and doctors couldn't actually not give him a solution. They tried, but they said, look, you got about a year to live. So in that state, and I don't know if you've ever been hopeless or feeling like there wasn't an option for you, in that state, someone told Yun Ho Lee about a plant called aloe vera. Now, there was a little aloe in South Korea, but mostly aloe comes from other places in the world, right? And so Yun Ho Lee wasn't familiar with the plant, but this gentleman said, look, you're my friend, take the inner gel of the aloe plant every day and see how that makes you feel. Well, he was desperate and he started doing that, and he started feeling better. He started feeling better. He started having his energy back just through aloe, and he lived another 22 years. About 10 years into that experience, he said, I have to share this. First of all, I got to share aloe with everybody. But secondly, this billionaire really got this idea. He said, look, there is Mother Nature all over planet Earth that has been unexplored. I mean, Chinese medicine, if you know about it, it's great, but we don't exactly know the science behind it, do we? So what happens is the Lee family, Yun Ho Lee and his son Bill Lee, decided that it would be their family's legacy to bring pharmaceutical research to medicinal plants to find out exactly what these plant compounds can do in the human body. And so just like Yun Ho Lee, who was going to die without a plant, there are many people in this world that can't get to their best health without Mother Nature. But we don't want just throwing a plant on a major issue. We want science that is backed through research, which is what Univera is all about. So what you're going to hear about tonight is some of that research. Now, I want to introduce to you a medical doctor, Dr. Katrina McGillivray. Now, I want you to consider this. When you have a medical doctor that has put her credibility on the line, she is practicing at this point in time, double board certified. She's an incredible woman. Her husband, Rod, is a judge, former judge, and attorney. These are people that are creating successful lives, okay? They are not going to do something with their credibility to damage it. And they looked at Univera about 10 years ago and decided that this was an amazing company from a medical perspective. And so what we're going to do is bring Dr. Katrina in to talk a little bit about the science. So Bill Lee and his family put together a science engine that impresses people like Dr. Katrina. So talk to us, Dr. Katrina, about the science, the products, and why you're involved.
All right. Thanks so much, David. Well, it was probably about 12 years ago I started looking into better ways to help my patients feel better. I was doing family medicine for about 15 years time and realized that as the longer I was in practice, the list of people's medications were getting longer. They didn't feel better. People are looking at getting better on their own these days. They realize that lifestyle changes affect probably 80% of how they look and feel. And I knew that I needed some help with nutritional supplements to help my patients reach their best. And there's a lot of stuff out there. I've been approached by people that sell various supplements. A lot of my conferences, I went from booth to booth to booth looking at supplement companies, and it's hard to know where to go. There's no FDA regulations on supplements, so you don't know what's actually in the bottle, even though the label says something. And when I was handed a bottle of extra to try and I felt better, I thought, oh my gosh, I actually feel better on a supplement, because I'd taken vitamins for years and never felt any difference. You're just supposed to take them. And I decided to look into what Univera had to offer with the science and research, and it really is unparalleled. When I flew out to Seattle to walk through the research facility and realized there were over 50 full-time scientists working, creating products, when I realized they had more patents and patents pending than any other company, we grow more than 40% of the world's aloe vera. So in a company that is a sidearm called AloeCorp, the world's organic aloe basically comes from part of what we have at Univera here. So it's pretty amazing. I've never seen this kind of science. And what I like, it's plant-based. As you said, David, it's coming from things we've used for centuries, but Univera's taken a Western research, pharmaceutical research, and applied it to plants and have created some amazing products. So with all the resources that we have, and I'll say with our growing arm, AloeCorp, there's enough revenue there that Bill Lee has invested. Our owner has put in over $100 million in research. And what they've done with that is created products that help us when we replace cells every single day, 300 billion cells, we're replacing them with healthier cells every single day. So the schematic here is basically a schematic of our lives seen as a seesaw. And when we're really young, our seesaw pushes up. It's full of energy. It can repair quickly. Think about a kid with a broken bone that heals in 3 weeks. And then think about that seesaw on the other end of the age spectrum, and the energy's down and the repair slower, and an 80-year-old woman breaks a hip and may never repair that. So how can you put things into the body that help it repair better, have more energy? How can you get to feeling better in 1 year than you did, than you do right now? And Univera's products have been created amazingly. So a flagship product, one that probably does more things for people than any other single product I've ever seen, is Extra. And part of that, there's about 14 different botanicals in this product, but it was designed to help with probably the top things I see in my office every day. People want more energy. $16 billion in sales in caffeinated energy drinks in 2016. People want energy, but caffeine is not energy. We don't have a caffeine deficiency. What's in Extra is something that drives production of energy in our cells. When you have energy, you focus better, you deal with stress better, you don't hurt as much. Some of the other things in Extra help with focus, help with stress relief, and one of our patents, Protectin, was studied head-to-head in 5 human clinical trials against some leading anti-inflammatory medications and came out ahead, and yet it doesn't carry with it all those potentially harmful side effects that you can get with those anti-inflammatory medications. So an awesome product. I think anyone that jumps on board with Univera should be on extra. It actually was shown in 14 days to less than 14 days to slow the rate of DNA damage. That means our blueprint stays healthier longer. We make healthier proteins in our body, better hormones, all those kind of things. Really important if you want to live well and live long. So aloe vera is what our company started with. That's, as David, you were saying, Young Ho Lee started ingesting aloe. He started researching aloe. We have more aloe vera research studies and publications and patents than any other company on the globe. And the neat thing about our aloe, it was third-party tested, and it's 3 times more potent medicinally than the next leading manufacturer of aloe. So what that means, medicinal, they're building blocks called polysaccharides. What this Aloe Select can do, I always like to use the acronym MAGIC, helps with your microbiome, those healthy bacteria. Everybody's talking about healthy gut. I use this before I use probiotics these days. A in MAGIC is for absorption. People absorb things much better. Oftentimes don't need all the extra supplements and vitamins they were taking because they're getting more out of their food and the supplements they're on. The G is for glucose. It helps stabilize blood sugars. I is for your immune system. If you're a person that tends to get sick, you want to stay healthy. You don't want to get the colds, the runny nose type stuff. This is an important product to be on. And C is for collagen. If you care about your ligaments, your tendons, your skin, your hair, your nails. We're going to have a great testimonial on what some of the Univera products have done, specifically Aloe Select when it comes to skin. But that's just the start of the building block. We call that the perfect combination. But to add 3 other products to this, with Level G, Regena-Free, and Rhythmatics. We add that to these 2, and now we have a metabolic makeover. That's for anybody who thinks they need better metabolism. Whether you're one of those people that is craving sugars, you're tired all the time, you don't feel energized with a workout, you're too tired to go get a workout, you're an athlete that wants to compete at a higher level, you want more blood flow to your muscles and better circulation so you can compete better. Let's say you have cold fingers and toes and you want better circulation. The metabolic makeover is for that. It helps in so many different ways to help people get jump started on some of those health challenges they have to try to start making those lifestyle changes that they know they need to do. So whether somebody starts out with a perfect combination of metabolic makeover, it's a win-win situation there. To add on board a couple other products, some people suffer from terrible joint issues. It's a big thing I see. Doctors tend to use a lot of cortisone injections, which unfortunately in the long run actually make the ligaments and tendons weaker. And when you have joints where you're losing the flexibility, there's not much lubrication in there, you know, the wear and tear that goes on with life, Regenicare helps to repair, helps to rebuild those joints and those movable structures in our body. So Dr. Kaufman, as the slide says it works like WD-40 for the joints. And my husband says it is almost like a miracle. People aren't going to believe how well it works because it really is an awesome, awesome product. One of my favorites, and I'll leave it to that unless you want me to cover anything else, is Prime. I like Prime because no other company has anything like it. Its main ingredient that we talk about is called DHEA. That's a hormone that does repair functions in our body. So when we're talking about degeneration and we want to slow that down, we don't want to feel older. We don't want our joints to hurt. We need things repaired. Maybe we have a lot of medical issues and we're just fighting, trying to get better. Prime is a good thing to add on board because of the DHEA in there. It will help with energy, especially that kind where people find if they sit in a chair, they feel like dozing off. It'll help with sex drive. It'll help with developing stronger muscle that we tend to lose with age, stronger bone. And so when people either want to do some of that reversing of some of the degeneration, or they want to do some great prevention, Prime is an awesome way to go. So I'm going to turn it back over to you, David, but I think we've got some great testimonials coming up.
Yeah, I want to hear those testimonials. One thing I would say before you go, Katrina, okay, so people in life, they've got this medical model mentality, like doctor's gonna go ahead and give me a pill and it's gonna fix it. Can you just briefly, in just a paragraph, what is the difference between that model and the Univera model?
Okay. Most of what we do with a pill is treat a symptom. We're not treating the person. A pill will bring down a blood sugar, will bring down the blood pressure, but you still have the illness. What we're doing here is putting nutrients in so the body can do the healing and the repairing that the body knows how to do, but it needs the substrates. It needs the tools to get it done. And that's really the difference. So we can't say we cure, prevent, treat, or diagnose. We love sharing testimonials when people get better. But what we need to do is just talk about how we feel. How is life better now that we're on the products? How do I take care of my family better? Am I better in my workplace? How are my kids doing better in school? Things like that. And so
Gotcha.
that's really the difference.
Thank you, Katrina. And you know, that's a doctor talking about it. I mean, she can give anyone a medication should they need it. And she's just saying this is a very powerful way to get healthy. So thank you, Dr. Katrina. And I know we have some testimony. So let's bring in your sister, Shelly, who is a certified health coach, trainer. She played volleyball in college. She is an amazing, brilliant woman who is going to tell you a little bit about her story as a personal trainer, and then you have some people you want to introduce us to.
Thank you, David. Yes, I am a certified strength and conditioning specialist. I trained over 10,000 clients and athletes. Currently, my husband and I see about 200 clients a week. And the number one goal is for people to be injury-free and to get results. And so just training people my age group, I'd say between 30 and 70, I see the best results with the Metabolic Makeover Prime and at least one shake a day. Trying to get your protein at least half your body weight and the carbs under that, you'll see the best results. And one protein shake a day in the morning or in the evening really helps you get your protein up. I throw protein powder in yogurt, in oatmeal, in pancakes, and everything else. So with the Metabolic Makeover and Prime, people have less carb cravings, they get better results, they feel better, they sleep through the night, they wake up refreshed. But more importantly than losing the weight and losing the body fat, they keep the results for life. And so it has been one of the greatest tools the last 12 years that I've had for my clients and athletes, and I'm really, really grateful. Now for my athletes coming in, over 80% of the way you look, feel, and perform is nutrition, and I don't even get all my 5 to 8 servings of vegetables and fruits that I need a day. A lot of my athletes come and they haven't eaten since noon. The workout's at 4:30, and about 20 minutes in the workout, they just can't make it anymore. They're exhausted. They feel nauseous. They're tired. They're dizzy. Essentials, our superfood along with extra, is what we use a lot with sports performance. They perform better. They get better results. They do it before their sporting events and before their games. And that's what I found a lot of my parents will pay for. A lot of parents will pay for their kids in sports performance before they pay for themselves. But I'm finding now even the 40 plus people are looking for more. So I'm going to bring in the first testimony. You see a picture on the screen, a before and after of one of my clients. Katrina was talking about aloe and how aloe can heal from the inside out. Your skin is just an extension of her gut. So I'm bringing Kim Moon, a client of mine who's doing great on my 12-week wellness workshop, to give her 1-minute testimony of the benefits of the products that she's on. Kim?
Kim, you may have to unmute because everyone was muted, so there's a mute button on your screen there near the bottom left side, and you can unmute yourself.
Sorry.
There you are. We see you.
Okay, thank you. Hi, yes. I have had eczema for about 17 years. I've treated with 3 different dermatologists, all who told me just basically it will come and go. Depends on how much you're in detergents. I tried lots of different steroid creams, and I was getting ready to start a very expensive light therapy to try to heal it when I decided that I was tired of taking steroids and making the skin gets thinner when you use a steroid. So I tried that, and that picture was actually taken 10 days apart from each other. That picture was taken the day before I started, and I am just amazed at the results. And even my lips are less chapped. I haven't had to use body lotion. Within 2 weeks, my friends noticed that my acne cleared up. The next week, I was told I had a glow to my skin, but I'm definitely the most excited about my hand. It'll be life-changing, that's for sure.
And you're taking the aloe?
I am taking the Aloe Extra and Prime is what
Got
I take. I take that combination, and it's like I said, I showed my mom tonight, and she was so excited for me because my family knows it's made an impact on cooking, cleaning, taking care of kids, and things like that when your hand always looks like that. So even shaking hands the first time you meet somebody, just little things like that it's getting ready to be gone, and I'm excited.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that wonderful story.
Okay, next person I'm going to bring in is my daughter Kylie. She's actually a Division I college athlete as a freshman. She runs for the university. She was going to get on tonight and share personally, but her plane got delayed. So this is her testimony. She said, the Univera products are greatly beneficial to me as a student athlete. Products like Extra and Essentials help me to focus inside the classroom and enhances my daily performance. I would not make it through the day without taking them. I would be so tired. I also rely heavily on the product's anti-stress, as balancing the student athlete life can be extremely hard. It really calms my anxieties about all the tasks I need to complete within the limited time that I have. We run over 60 miles per week and lift 2 times per week. I take 2 RegeneCare nightly to reduce inflammation so my body does not hurt and to decrease injuries. These are just a few of the many Univera products I use to perform better in my athletics and academics. I really don't know how I'd be surviving in college without them. Oh yeah, Solnex has saved me from getting sick, even though my teammates have gotten sick, especially one today threw up right next to me. So that was from Kylie Sorg. And the last person I'm bringing in is Kristen Olson. She owns a yoga studio in Louisville, Kentucky. She's amazing. She's rock hard body, rock hard person. And she's going to give a quick 1-minute testimony on how Univera has transformed her life also within the yoga studio.
Hi there. Okay, so Candace, my dear, dear friend, introduced me to Univera, and she had great results with weight loss and energy levels. And my main concern at the point, I think it's about 1.5 years ago, was just overuse. I mean, I'm in a hot room, for 17 years, sometimes 3 times a day, sometimes 5 hours a day. And I'm demonstrating daily and I have no days off. And when you're 52, all of a sudden you're going, whoa, I have inflammation. My body can't recover. And I knew the impact of NSAIDs and taking, meds and anti-inflammatories for that kind of suffering. And so we decided, let's just go with all the anti-inflammatory options that we have with Univera. I went through that door, and that was Aloe Extra, RegeneCare, RegeneFree. And, RegeneFree brings down the inflammation. RegeneCare helps to hydrate and heal the joints. I had much better recovery and renewal with the Extra. The Aloe, of course, so good for the gut, but also helping all the supplements be absorbed and utilized more readily. So that was great. Little did I know what was happening, but all of a sudden I'm feeling better. And then I add the Prime, I have better uptake, I have even better results. And now I take everything. I don't even eat sugar. I keep my sugar under 30 and I still take level G. So I take all the stuff, rhythmatics. I take the new, what's our
Opti Digest?
No.
Or Optics.
Optics. Optics, I forgot. Optics, love it. Taking the Optics, I'm taking everything, and I love it. It's made a huge difference. It is me as an athlete, also as a small business owner. I mean, there's a lot of stress involved there, and as a yoga teacher, it doesn't matter. When you're a small business owner, you got the stress, you got the stuff, and Univera fuels the machine.
That's awesome.
Great job, testimonies.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Shelly. And you know that these are, I mean, in her case, very healthy yoga teacher, right? It's not like you're not healthy. It's just that we need support as we go through life. And that's why Univera exists. It's not just for people that are sick. So thank you so much. So I want to jump over to Catherine Raymer, and then we're going to bring in Jay Sorg to close the event. But Catherine, are you here?
I sure am,
okay.
David.
Okay. Well,
Here.
Catherine Raymer is a world-class athlete. She can tell you about it, but she's in the top of the world in her division, and it's amazing. Tell us a little bit about it. And you know, Catherine is also a diamond in Univera, meaning she grew a substantial business and team. And it's not like she couldn't be doing other things, but this was important to her. So talk to us, Catherine, about what motivates you and what you do.
You know, it's so exciting to hear everybody's testimonies. And that's, I think, the number one thing that motivates all of us, right, is watching all of these incredible changes in all the people around us and the people that we're helping. It's so exciting. And sometimes you forget, like, wow, you know, when I first started, I was not quite 50 years old. And, you know, and I was always trying to stay active and, you know, doing my thing and skiing and doing stuff and hiking and biking, and all of a sudden I was feeling old, you know? It was like, what is happening? My knees would hurt. And what you just said really makes sense. It's like, no, we were healthy, but we were just getting old. And I wasn't that excited about getting old. And all of a sudden, yeah, right? It's like, all of a sudden I thought, wow, you know, I guess I don't know what I could do. I'll just try to, you know, I'd always try to eat right and all of that. And then I was able to find Univera. I should say Univera found me, and it began to change my life. And because of that, you know, it's so fun. Like this last year, I was ranked 87th in the world in my age group for CrossFit. And I just competed in a big competition. That was a worldwide competition. I got 4th. And it's so dang exciting, right? Because I don't have to think like, you know, I'm getting old, so I can't do it. As a matter of fact, I get excited that I'm getting old. As soon as when I turned 55, I thought, great, I'm in a new division. And now I'm 57. I can't wait to hit 60 because I'm going to be in a whole new division. And that's exciting, right? Because, and I don't think, I'm never going to be able to do that. I think, oh, this year I'm going to get that. This year I'm going to get my muscle up. This year I'm going to, you know, I'm going to be able to handstand walk all the way across the room by the end of this year. You know, things that it's just so darn exciting to say. First of all, just to say I'm an athlete, and that is fun for me. You know, it doesn't have to just be for the young people, right? It's like, yes, I'm an athlete and I'm excited about it. And that is all because of Univera. It absolutely is. And I love that testimony about, you know, I was taking vitamins and, you know, natural products and different things. And frankly, they would collect dust because you weren't feeling it. And that's what Katrina was saying. Like, you take it because you're supposed to, not because you felt it. In 1 week, when I started with these products, I couldn't believe it. I thought, what is this stuff? This is crazy. Is it legal? I mean, what are we taking, right? And well, if it's not, it's fine. I don't even care. I'm excited about it. Hey, guess what? It is legal. It's exciting. We are the new drug dealers of the world. And I'll tell you what, spread the word, people. This is it. So thank you, David. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you, Catherine. Hey, I feel like if you keep doing it, you know, the people are going to die off, and you're going to be #1 in the world really quickly. So I'm
going to die. I'm going to make it. Wait till I hit that.
You'll be #1 when you're 80. You'll be locked. So anyway. So hey, I want to bring in our final speaker, and by no means our least important speaker. Jay Sorg was a Cincinnati Reds player for 15 years. He was the coach at Morehead State of the baseball team. He works with athletes and leaders in Louisville and all over. He's an amazing leader. He's an amazing coach. He's an amazing man. And I want Jay to bring us home and talk to us about that wealth door, because that wealth door is a door that trips a lot of people up in life where they don't have the kind of money that they really deserve to have. So welcome, Jay. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Yeah, thank you, David. Man, I just love these things. I love hearing the testimonies. I love hearing the energy, and I appreciate everybody who's been on the call here tonight. And, you know, you got a chance to hear from some really great leaders about some great products. And with those great products, you heard amazing testimonies and how they actually really changed lives. I love Kimberly's testimony where she just said, my family just is so happy because they see the type of differences make just something as simple as being able to shake somebody's hand the first time. And well, we get to do that with products, but what are the two things most people complain about? Either something with their health or something in their finances. And I want us to shift gears a little bit and get our brains wrapped around the opportunity to really be able to impact someone's life through their finances. And this business, dollar amounts mean a lot of different things to different people. And we talk about money, but the truth of the matter is it's what that money represents. And some people need to look for something as simple as, man, I really need a new car, and I really can't dip into a budget to do that. Or maybe it's sending your kids to a private school, or maybe it's sending your kids to college and getting them out debt-free. Or in our case, David, really for us, we own some very successful businesses, but we trade our time for those dollar amounts. And the monthly incomes in Univera are awesome. They're great. But for us, it was about getting that residual income, that income where it's passive. We do the work today, and that work continues to pay off unlimited times down the road. And I want to make sure everybody really understands that what we do in this business is something that you do every single day of your life. Probably the biggest complaint that we get from someone, or the biggest reserve that we get from someone is this, Jay, I'm really just not a salesman. I'm not good. I just can't feel like I can sell people on something. And you know what we tell those people? We say, you know what, that's awesome, because we don't want you to. What we want you to do is what you do every day, and that is simply share something that works in your life to someone else to better their life. And we all do that. In fact, we can't wait to share something that we like, something that we want to recommend, whether it's a movie or whether it's a restaurant or whatever that might be. Now, David, you talked about my professional career, and maybe part of my professional career is maybe this. If you tell somebody about something that works, I kind of feel like you should get paid for doing that when you're selling a product for somebody. And, when I sell that restaurant, or I sell that movie, or I sell insurance that my good insurance agent, I usually don't get a cut of that. I don't get a free movie or a free meal. But what Bill Lee has done is he set up a beautiful business model to make sure that if you tell somebody about our products, then you're going to get paid for doing that. So let's talk about that for just a minute. So anytime you start up a business, and like I said, Shelly and I have had quite a few, and we have a couple right now that are doing really well, and you have two different costs. You have a startup cost and you have an overhead cost. Well, what are those costs with Univera? Well, first of all, it's great because you basically simply pick a pack of products that you want, or something that you would also like to share with other people, and that is your startup cost, your startup pack. We have several startup packs in this business, and what we would like for you to do, we have a great special pack for people who want to get started in the business. Get with the person that got you on the phone call tonight and go over the right situation for you. And so I can tell you that in all of our other businesses, that startup cost was in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. For a lot of people, it's in the tens of thousands of dollars. Well, with Univera, it is much less than that, and you're getting something that you get to actually consume and gift out. So what's your overhead cost? Well, your overhead cost is basically, you also pick a pack of products that you're going to use, or products you're going to gift out, and that is you do that every single month, and that's your overhead cost. Again, our overhead cost is a lot of money for the buildings that we lease and we are into, but in this business, it is just a very small fraction of a cost to be able to own your own business. But here's where it gets great, David. In our company, we do things in multiples of 4, and really basically, when you sell 4 packs, you're usually getting your return on investment right away by selling 4 of the same packs that you came in on. And when you get 4 people to take the products and you're getting 4 people healthy, you're going to have no overhead because we have a great program called 4 and Free. And basically, you get a $179 credit, which is about the same cost of the minimum pack that you want to use for your overhead cost. And you'll get that. So guys, you're coming into a business where you can get an immediate return on investment. And so everything after that is profit. You're coming into something where you can get a 4 and Free program that eliminates your overhead. So you have no cost. Everything is profit coming in. And guys, we have such great products, as you heard, that people will repeat those orders month after month after month. Do you think Kim is going to get off of her products with the success that she's had? Do you think Kylie's going to get off her products with the success that she's had? That's where residual income comes in, guys. And that is how we do our business. What I do want to tell you is there is a wide range of people on this call tonight. And we saw a slide a little bit earlier where a money slide that showed from bronze all the way to diamond. And those people are represented on this call tonight at every single one of those levels. Guys, the money is real. And the money is there because we have a great company to be able to tell people about. And here's my favorite part of this whole thing, David. We have a great money-back guarantee, a 90-day money-back guarantee. All you got to do is save your bottles, your empty bottles. You can use all the products, save your empty bottles. You send those back. So you know when you're putting your reputation on the line, you really have no risk because you know that people can get their money back if they're not happy. And I can tell you this, very few people ever send those products back because if you try these products for 90 days, you're going to be satisfied. Really, David, I just want to leave this with everybody. I'm very thankful, and I'll turn it back over to you for the last thing. I'm thankful that you're on the call tonight. Something on this call tonight had to resonate with you, and I want to make sure you get with the person that got you on this thing because this could possibly be the single most important call you've ever gotten on, and I'll tell you how I know that, because it was for Shelly and I. We got on a call just like this, and without Univera in our lives, not only would the health of our family be very different than it is today, and we're actually very healthy people, and we still need these products. But I can tell you right now, as well as we've done financially, our financial situation would look extremely different without Univera in our lives today. And not just today, but the future and a business that I can eventually lead to our estate when we're done, that will continue to pay off for the work I did today. David, thank you for the opportunity for having me on. I'll turn it back over to you.
Well, thank you, Jay. That was awesome. And if you're on the call, that's really where we're at with the call. Is Univera is a complex but amazing company. It is underexposed, and we'd love you to consider joining us in getting this information out into the world. One thing to know: when you order your first order, and you will help 4 children in our charitable organization called Serve First. And when we expand the company, we expand Univera's giving capacity, because Bill Lee, Bill Lee is worth billions of dollars. He's not doing Univera for personal income. He's doing Univera to create a movement in both our health, our wealth, and impacting kids around the world. So whenever we share it, we do one of those 3 things. We get people healthy, we get people wealthier, or we help with children and we save lives. At this point, we've helped about 4 million children that are at risk around the world and growing. And there's a lot more to Univera, so get educated in your days. And I want to thank you for taking your time to join us. Now,